Well, it's time to react to the worst human being on the internet. Surprisingly, it's not me. Johnny fucking Somali, the man with the most punchable face on planet Earth. And I bet you guys will be very happy to know that many Koreans and very Japanese, a lot of Japanese people have whooped the fuck out of this guy. And apparently he's facing even more jail time in prison. So let's get up to date, huh, boys?
Dumbest influencer ever create content for the internet because he truly thinks nothing will ever happen to him, even though he's already pleaded guilty to multiple charges in his ongoing Korean criminal case. And still, he's out on the street racking up more and more felonies daily.
So dumb.
While all of this is going on. And I've been covering influencers doing...
And the worst thing is, he's not even getting viewers. Like, he's doing this shit for 100 viewers. Bro is ruining his whole life for, like, less than minimum wage. And he's going to jail for the rest of his lifespan. He's so stupid.
And stupid stuff.
He's legit just a lolcow on the internet. This guy thinks he's so base, but he's actually just he's an embarrassment.
For over a decade now, and I've never seen someone continue to commit felonies in a foreign country
I know.
while having an ongoing criminal trial.
It's nuts.
It's like he wants to be stuck there forever. And clearly this has taken a massive toll on him and his only friend who's financially supporting him, as his family seems to have started to cut him off from family funds. So I guess instead of reeling things in and trying to behave, he wants to find out exactly how much time South Korea can possibly give him. I think his confidence is still high because, you know, when he went to Japan, they let him go with only 3 months of jail time. But the big difference here, though,
I can't believe somebody would be so content to go back to jail after spending 3 months in there. Like, bro must not really have anything else going on. It's honestly, it's like pity worthy.
It was in Japan, he was thrown in jail, and therefore,
honestly, I love Johnny Somali. How in the, you're baiting? Okay, never mind.
He stopped committing felonies while he was in jail. Now in South Korea, they have a different approach where they travel ban him and let him provide for himself rather than the South Korean taxpayer. This seems to have kind of driven the guy crazy because now he's basically broke, banned on every streaming platform. So because of that, he has no real way of making any decent money. We found out that he wasn't being paid on party, meaning he did this whole shirtless dancing stunt and then got arrested for zero upside. Not only is he the dumbest influencer, but also the most pathetic. But what he seemingly doesn't realize is the more felonies he documents himself doing, the more charges he'll inevitably get. And the longer
he goes live to self-incriminate himself every single day. He's like bringing his own personal police officer to hold him accountable each time he does this shit.
His criminal trial will take, or trials, because there could easily be multiple trials here, meaning he will continue to be stuck in Korea. So instead of switching things up and actually behaving to get a lighter sentence, he starts threatening the Korean government and another YouTuber. Then he gets detained
maybe
again
not the
by
best
the police
idea.
for doing some stunt in the park. And then to top everything off, for a small donation, he goes back out to taunt people the same day he was already detained. And 20 minutes later, the police were back on him. So we have quite a few things to talk about today. So let's start off with the strategical pivot at the Johnny Somali HQ.
Okay.
If Korea does not let me out of Korea, I'm telling you right now, it is a danger to the Korean women. I have had so much with Korean women while I've been locked here. I don't wear any when I these Korean women. I don't get any STD tests when I these Korean women. I don't get any STD tests when I these Korean women. And I make sure to spread whatever I have to all of these Korean women. And the police can't stop me. The government can't stop me.
Does he think that will help him? That is a crazy thing to say when you're in a criminal trial. Now,
man, that's a lot to unpack, huh? That's a lot to unpack there, huh, guys?
I would be worried for the Korean citizens if he could pull anything else but his roommate Hank. I don't know why, but it's always the dudes who get zero play who brag about getting so much play. And again, he is his own star witness to that as well, because he admitted he doesn't get anything there. I mean, the guy is even denied from the places where you pay for it.
Guys, I'll be real, man. I think we need to bring back the death penalty. You know what I mean? Like, at a certain point, when someone's this far gone, like, you know they're not coming back. Like, what are we doing here, man? Like, just get them out. It's like really that simple, right? Oh, boom, problem solved. Hey, look at that. The earth is a better place. Like, this dude's gotten like 50-50 fucking chances. But when you're out there bragging about making the world a worse place, like, and jail's not working. Like, what are you doing, right?
Bro, you know I haven't had pussy since fucking September? No, September.
Okay, do you guys want to know what happened when I went to the red light district with Hank? I'll tell y'all the story. The other day we went to the red light district.
In-game.
And the reason I didn't stream it is
In Minecraft. Yeah, delete his Minecraft server.
We met in the red light district was like, no black, no black, no black.
So it's just more empty words from this guy. But the judge and prosecution doesn't know that, especially after he doubled down.
But when I go to Japan in 2029, I'm going to pull a Harrison. I kind of like what Harrison is doing. I like how Harrison is doing the super spreader stuff. I'm going to be honest. I'm going to say it right here to the camera. I'm not scared.
The worst thing is, he's saying this to maybe 3 viewers. His chat has not moved the entire time. No one is typing easy. No one is typing based. It is a barren wasteland of nobody gives a fuck about this guy. He's a delusional man who's probably schizophrenic who thinks he's getting tens of thousands of viewers. This is just pathetic.
If I ever caught HIV, I would become a super spreader. I'll say it right now.
Wow, he's so based. Guys, I'm going to give everybody HIV, dude. This is so, like, bro, just hang him. You know what I mean? Like, what's the point? Like, legit, why are we keeping somebody like this alive? I just don't get it. In Minecraft, of course. But, like, clearly jail's, like, not working. You know what I'm saying?
I don't care. If I ever caught HIV, I'm going to become a super spreader.
Dude's entire existence is just being a net loss to society. It's safe to say he's going to be the most...
Straight up, bro. Straight up. What legal punishment do you think would be enough for these literal crimes? Like what?
Fascinating test to the South Korean legal system, because his entire strategy here...
Okay, guys, if we can't talk about criminal punishments and what punishments people deserve, I apologize. I apologize. I won't talk about it again. I didn't know. I'm just saying, when this guy has committed so many crimes, he already has 20 years accumulated in jail time. Clearly, it's not working. I will not talk about the death sentence again. I am so sorry.
Is to disrespect South Korea as much as possible for some attention on his stream. Dude is essentially trading his freedom and life to be this edgy...
I just always think that if you can talk about terrorist propaganda every stream, you can discuss if someone should get the death sentence. My bad, guys.
Middle school class clown. Now, I'm hoping this is just empty words like everything else he says, but just like in all the other videos covering the guy, he will inevitably make things worse for himself as he decided to threaten to give the YouTube creator Legal Mindset HIV.
Legal Mindset. I don't need to fight that. I'll walk past it, inject them with some HIV blood with a needle. Legal Mindset.
See, that's a very specific threat against a very specific person. That's actually gets me. So that is what you would call, and that's a threat. And that's what you call a pinprick attack, which is, you can Google it. There's actually Wikipedia pages about it. There's stuff like that about it. That is very much criminal to threaten, to talk about.
I will admit, I think Legal Mindset's a very dangerous creator because a lot of people take what he says far too seriously, and he's really missed the mark when he was talking about May, like just goofy as shit. And I could tell he was just farming. And I think that's very dangerous when people hold your word to such high degree, and then you go farm and you just get some PR dunk points. I think that's very dangerous. However, in this specific scenario, he's absolutely right.
In many countries, there's actually specific statutes that relate to that legally.
I mean, the fact that he even goes out and says that shows how much of a lowlife this guy is.
Oh,
but
yeah, absolutely.
On top of that, Legal Mindset goes into detail on what these threats to the Korean public could mean for Johnny.
But in Korea, if you actually went over and threatened people with HIV, you could be guilty of any of these things: injury, attempted injury, serious injury, special threat, attempted crime, murder. Also, Korea has a special statute, a special law.
Oh, how fun.
The Acquired Immunodeficiency Syndrome, that's AIDS, Prevention Act. Article 19, prohibition on conduct risking transmission. What does that carry? I know you all want to know, and that is 10 years in jail.
Jesus Christ.
10 years under that statute for any conduct that would involve that. So that would be stacking on top of his already full stack of issues, 10 years in potential years in prison. That's a maximum penalty there.
So naturally, Johnny panics and starts backtracking, saying that that was all hypothetical and in Minecraft or whatever. But dude, that's not going to cover you legally. And he's realized how bad things are for him, hence why his new plan is to eventually flee South Korea, apparently.
Going to Incheon, I'm renting a boat or an inflatable raft. And I'm going to stream sailing to international waters. As soon as I hit international water, you can't touch me.
That sounds like a great way to drown. So what's the plan here? Is he just trying to sail to Japan, where he's also banned? Because if he was going from Busan, his options are Japan or I guess North Korea if he goes all the way up the coastline. But there's a whole bunch of Korean islands on the way to Japan. So there's no way he's going to make it to international waters. He'll just get arrested again. Yeah, and that would be cool, Arling, except he didn't say Busan, he said Incheon, which is even worse for him, because then he only has North Korea and China and a whole bunch of Korean islands outside of Incheon. Great. Let's continue the video. But a lot of people have also been asking how his family are reacting to his antics. And he's actually addressed this before he was
has a family?
Detained in Korea. So I can only imagine how they feel after all of this now.
You guys are my family. I'm not gonna lie. Like I told you guys, my family disowned me. My dad the other day, I was like, do I really cause you that much stress? And my dad told me, you caused the whole world stress.
Yep.
I'm ashamed to be your father. I was like, what? Dad, really? If I had a son and he turned out like Ramsey, like John, I would be proud. This is a world enigma.
The only thing that makes Johnny an enigma is how stupid he acts. It's actually baffling. I've never seen a human being slowly self-sabotage and destroy his own life over the span of a few years.
And he brags about it, bro. He brags it. Dude, nobody's watching this shit.
For a handful of live stream viewers. At least not to this degree. This is just breaking records for being an absolute lowlife.
Why would you not be proud of this? Why would you not be proud of this? The only thing I'm really tripping over is because my dad told me he does not want me to have kids. He literally said, do not reproduce.
like for real, bro, like, this dude thinks that everybody's watching him, but they're not. They're just talking about him. And they say, oh, this guy's retarded. Okay. Well, anyways, and that's it. Like, you're not going to get a viewership in 2025 for being a dumb piece of shit anymore. You're just not. And case in point, look at what Kick tried to do. So many streamers went live and tried to be a dumb piece of shit to garner viewership. Nobody wants to watch that anymore. They'll just point and laugh, and then they'll walk away. It's not a successful business tactic anymore.
So I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna just go back to crashing out. Y'all don't like me anyway. I'll make a new family. You can't choose your family, guys, but you can make a new one.
This guy picked a parasocial relationship with some viewers who hate him and want to see him either arrested or worse over his own family. The judgment on this one is phenomenal. But clearly, when people poke him about this, it really strikes a nerve.
My father told me not to have kids. Yes, he said that. But for you to take that and make that a joke is not a fucking game. It's not fucking funny. Yes, my father said, do not have kids. He did say that. I'm going to be honest. He did say that. I don't care.
Yeah, that reaction says otherwise. But will he take this as a
I
wake-up
feel like
call?
he cares
Absolutely
a little bit.
Not, as
I do.
He was just detained in Korea multiple times in one single live stream.
What's your name? What's your name?
What's your name?
What's your name?
아,
Ah, hell no.
이거는 왜 꺼내시는 거예요?
이거는 What's your name?
영국 깃발이야.
No, I can film you.
일본 깃발.
You in public. What?
예전에 그냥 대응하지면 괜찮아.
Back up.
영국 깃발, 일본 깃발 밟으면서
네.
유비로스 정문으로.
We in the park. Ah, here it come. Here it come. It's crazy. You guys see? Police state. This is a police state. Don't listen to these police.
Don't speak, don't speak.
Don't speak. Oh, shit.
여기 있는 거 좀 볼게요. 뭔가.
These dudes are for some reason still acting like they're in America. Meanwhile, Hank was deported from the US. He can't even be here legally. And Johnny can't legally engage in any political protests in South Korea. And that's exactly what he's doing here with his buddy Hank, waving around some CCP flag and
By the way, Johnny Somali's boyfriend should not have any pity for him whatsoever. He's just as stupid as Johnny is.
stomping on other flags for attention online. But Hank ends up
And
actually
he's
getting
enabling
fined
this
for
behavior.
And all of this went down in a 9-hour-long live stream. But throughout the stream, it becomes more and more noticeable that Hank is upset with his fine.
Also, Chad, stop gooning over the cop, man. Relax.
And this is the first time that he's received legal
He's
repercussions.
gay?
for
I
hanging
know.
out with
Biggest
Johnny.
shocker,
And let's be
2025.
real, the only reason they're out doing this was to entertain Johnny's viewers.
Which is why it's crazy how he keeps on talking about how much sex he's had with women when he's gay.
But Johnny, he was going to make it up to him with a couples massage. But not before they do a desktop stream first. And here, he announces when he's finished with the Johnny Somali shtick, he'll be a doctor.
I think I'm gonna go to medical school after this Johnny Somali arc is over.
I mean, on the bright side, at least he would be doing something positive for society, but good luck to anyone that has to be this guy's patient. To be honest, though, I don't think he's being serious at all because he immediately starts talking about the future of his live streaming career. He also apparently view-botted the stream as he was celebrating having 8,000 live concurrent viewers.
Stop.
But the only issue with that is his VOD only has 15,000 total views days after the stream. If those 8,000 viewers were concurrent viewers and they were actually real, you would have like anywhere from like 150,000 to maybe 500,000 views on that VOD. So there's basically a 0% chance that these views were legit.
Yeah, I
but
know.
He also announced his plans for his next
It's
trial.
just
I
so
went to a
embarrassing,
tailor in
bro.
Korea, and we got
Guys, can you imagine getting view-botted? By the way, guys, definitely don't view-bot my streams. I would really, really, really not like that. And that would make me really upset because everybody else is getting view-botted right now, like Asmon and XQC and Miz. I would hate that. That would ruin my whole stream, man.
my customized outfit, and it's gonna be ready by Monday. Let's just say I told the tailor make it extra pointy, extra pointy. we got some shit ready for the court. They got mad at me for wearing an oversized suit.
Lane's big sister said, Tectone, hey cutie, how are you doing? Heart, heart, heart emoji. By Lane's big sister Lanks. I'm doing great. Would you like to have sex? Does ad revenue get affected by view botting? I'm actually not sure. I would assume yes. I don't think view botting gets you additional ad revenue. Anyways, cool. I would like one sex, please. Thank you very much.
Let's see how mad they get this time. What I wear. Let's see. That's all I want to say. That's all I'm gonna say. I'm not gonna leak nothing. I went to the tailor and I got that shit extra ready. I got it just like Kanye.
Is it all black or all white?
All black. Just like
Gulp.
Kanye. Just like Kanye.
Again, I mean, this dude is completely willing to throw away his freedom to entertain the handful of viewers who watch his streams. He's just the prime example of influencer Darwinism. My guess here is he's just realized he's destroyed his life and he wants to make it as entertaining as possible.
No, he's an influencer that bought into his own hype, even though there was no hype. Bro thinks 5 viewers is 5 million viewers. People think all the videos shitting on him are good for his career. Yeah, he's that stupid.
For himself.
He's kind of like Toho Sniper 98.
Until he inevitably gets thrown into Korean prison. I also forgot to mention that apparently they're not happy with the local news coverage of them, so they wanted to show up to their offices.
JBC. The JBC News building is not even open. Who's the news that was talking shit about us?
JTBC.
So you want to go? You down to go to their headquarters?
It's also fucking hilarious because like this isn't like fun hate. This is just like go away hate, like X-Pac or The Miz and WWE. Like when this guy comes on the screen, nobody's typing anything. They just stop typing because they're just like, yeah, we just don't want to see this guy. Like we just, it's not a hate as in, man, this guy's fun to hate. They're just like, man, I would just like to stop watching this video because this guy fucking sucks.
Yes, and like demand an interview.
That's a good content line.
Actually demand an interview.
Me and Hank go to the Korean news channel that has been talking the most shit about us, and we show up to their headquarters live. And on YouTube, live on this channel and Hank's channel. And we tell these we want to interview now. And we're not leaving till you call the police. Now!
So in case you were wondering why they were mad, they covered how he's ran out of money and that Hank...
Nah, legitimate, I'm not curious at all. This guy's a fucking loser, and I look forward to him rotting in prison. What a joke of a fucking existence. What a joke of a fucking creator. May God have mercy on his soul. Jesus Christ. It's just annoying to watch, bro. And that's it. It's not entertaining. It's not funny. It's just, man, this guy is fucking embarrassing.